Good Friday afternoon, everyone, and thanks for joining us for Western Mass News at 6. I'm Chris Pisano. It was a warm day, still is fairly temperate out there, but some stormy weather conditions are stirring up for this evening. For the very latest on the forecast, we go now live to meteorologist Jacob Wycoff with some type of a map there behind us. What does that mean, Jacob?
Yeah, so we do have a tornado watch that's in effect until 10 o'clock this evening. You see the areas shaded in yellow here. The newest update is the Storm Prediction Center has now included Litchfield County, Connecticut. So they're expanding this a little bit further to the south, still expecting very severe weather to move through the Springfield area as we go into the 6, 7, and 8 o'clock hour this evening. In fact, as we put this into motion, you can see the line from Albany to the Kingston area or just west to Kingston, pushing closer to Springfield. In the meantime, we actually have some dry weather, so we're actually going to see this really rush at us. It probably has a really impressive what we call a shelf cloud associated with it. There's even a tornado warning out just to the south of Oneonta, moving towards 87. There's the Hudson River Valley. If this continues, obviously this would impact southern Berkshire County, but we're watching all of this line with associated 60 to 70 mile per hour winds. You see the clear skies off to our west. This is going to act to keep that energy as the storms approach. They will be able to tap into some of this energy. Our Futurecast model suggesting that line to blow through between 7 and 8 o'clock. So we'll say between 7 and 9, maybe 7 and 10 before we start to see some gradual clearing into Saturday. Saturday will be a fairly nice day. We hit 82 for an afternoon high in Springfield. We're now at 80. We're at 79 in Charlemont. And our dew points are starting to increase a little bit, now in the upper 50s and low 60s. So you're starting to feel a little bit of that mugginess. That's one ingredient that these storms are going to love. Chris, a lot to talk about in the extended forecast. That 7-day forecast is just ahead. Back to you.
Yeah, Jacob, thank you. Sounds like it could be a busy evening. Now let's take a look at what's making the latest headlines surrounding the coronavirus pandemic. House lawmakers set to vote on the $3 trillion HEROES Act this evening. Local governments say they need the money. The Senate says it's dead on arrival. Hampshire College gearing up to hold in-person classes for the fall and looking into social distancing and classroom sizes to ensure its student safety. And NASCAR gets ready to start its engines. And that's welcome news to thousands of race car fans and really sports fans in general here in Western Mass. The House set to vote on the $3 trillion HEROES Act this evening, another possible infusion of cash into an economy damaged by the coronavirus. In this bill, there's expected to be more direct payments of $1,200 to Americans making under $75,000 a year. But this bill, if passed, would also provide significant financial relief to local governments. Western Mass News reporter Audrey Russo joins us live with more. Audrey?
Local governments have already been losing out on revenue as a part of the coronavirus shutdowns, but they've also had to put forth money to make sure first responders are staffed, safe, and prepared to fight the epidemic. Both city leaders and lawmakers say this bill would help pay those municipalities back.
There's $23 billion in here for the state of Massachusetts. Moody's has indicated that state revenues are going to decline by 20%. Cities and towns across the state are struggling.
Congressman Richard Neal says the $3 trillion HEROES Act will provide relief for the state and local governments across the country that have been losing money due to coronavirus.
It also provides some flexibility for governors and mayors and select persons and others to establish their own priorities. And I think that this is a correction from the last piece of legislation that tended to be more categorical.
We've lost around $2.6 million of revenue.
Springfield Mayor Dominic Sarno lists all the ways in which the city has lost out on funds in the last several weeks.
You don't have as far as excise tax, hotel tax coming in. I've delayed on property tax.
Sarno says that's in addition to $5.8 million used in deficit spending.
And we're the ones putting the frontline services forward. We have to be able to pay for that.
Though several senators have claimed they will not vote for the bill once it passes the House, Neal tells Western Mass News he's confident it will get to the president's desk. Sarno has a message for those who oppose the bill.
Some Senate leaders have been making comments that this is a bailout. They're full of you-know-what. This is not a bailout. This is to make sure you fill the gaps, that the money that has been expended to all these brave and dedicated frontline individuals. Keep city services going to our residents and business community.
Now, Congressman Neal says that they're expected to vote on this evening and pass it, and then it would go to the Senate after that. Live in Springfield, Audrey Russo for Western Mass News.
Audrey, thank you. The Massachusetts Department of Public Health releasing the latest numbers, and so far the number of tests conducted is 435,679, with 11,318 tests done today. The Department of Public Health confirming 83,421 positive cases today. That's more than 1,200 from yesterday. 5,592 people have died from COVID-19, with 110 new deaths reported today. Now breaking down those numbers for you county by county. Here in Western Mass, Hampden County is reporting 5,038 coronavirus cases. Hampshire County 738, Franklin County 304, and Berkshire County 491. So in total, Western Mass has 6,571 COVID-19 cases. As colleges across the nation begin to plan how they'll educate students in the coming fall semester, many people are realizing college campuses might look a lot different. Western Mass News reporter Lindsay Kane joins us live from Springfield with more. Lindsay?
Colleges are looking into the possibility of bringing students back on campus in the fall, but one local college tells me their small size is playing to their benefit.
We're definitely planning for what it would look like for us to have our students on campus in the fall.
As COVID-19 concerns continue, colleges across the nation are reanalyzing their campuses to focus on transitioning to a new normal. Hampshire College spokesperson John Courtmanche tells Western Mass News over the phone that while they are following advisories and state protocols, they intend to have students on campus in the fall.
We'll have, probably under 600 students enrolled next year on a campus of 800 people, so we'll be able to practice physical distancing. We have single rooms for all of our students.
He says Hampshire College's small size is an advantage to be able to logistically figure out how to enforce safety protocols while giving students the college experience.
Our classrooms are, under 15 students on average, and so, in a large classroom it would be easy and possible for students and the professor to spread out.
And with their projection of under 600 total students at the college in the fall and their 800-acre campus, officials believe they have a leg up on ensuring health and safety and are thinking of those with underlying health concerns.
Faculty or students who might be immunocompromised, for instance, could participate remotely from their rooms, or other ways that they don't have to be in the same room with other people. And our classroom sizes are small.
Officials are looking into testing capacity and having rooms available for possible quarantining. Live in Springfield, Lindsay Kane, Western Mass News.
Lindsay, thanks for that live report. Today, by the way, is National NASCAR Day, and it's only fitting since this weekend NASCAR will become the first major league sport in the U.S. to reopen since the coronavirus pandemic first began. Western Mass News reporter Leon Purvis joins us live with more on how local racers are reacting. Leon?
Chris, these local racers are excited to see their favorite drivers back on the track. Now, this comes after NASCAR suspended all races for 2 months due to the coronavirus outbreak. There will be some noticeable changes for fans who tune in on Sunday. No fans will be allowed in the stands as the league works to keep social distancing protocols in place.
I think it'll be tough to do for the crew guys and the cup teams because there's so many people that work on them, and all work on the one car, and you can't really, social distance, I guess, on when you're working on one car.
When you're racing in that, you don't really have time to look at see who's in the grandstand and the fans and that, unless you're under caution or beginning the race. So it'll be just a normal race to the driver. They're out there racing, doing what they do and what they love, and that's their job. And they'll be racing each other just like a normal race.
Now, the first race will be this Sunday at the Darlington Raceway in South Carolina. It's called the Real Heroes 400 in honor of healthcare workers. Now, this marks the first of 7 races that NASCAR plans to have over 11 days. Live in Northampton, Leon Purvis, Western Mass News.
Leon, thank you for that information. And race fans, we are your home to catch NASCAR's return. You can watch the green flag drop at the Darlington Raceway this Sunday at 3 p.m. on our sister station Fox 6.